Today we're going to unbox and see what's inside the Nextbook Aries 11 from Walmart. $197 in July of 2015. The listed features are an 11.6 high resolution screen, an Intel quad-core 1.8 GHz processor, a 2 megapixel front camera and rear camera, audio jack, 64 gigabytes onboard storage memory, expandable up to 64 gigabytes, and a lithium battery, 9,000 mAh. I think they said in the store 7 hours of battery. Let's see what's inside. I forgot to mention the detachable backlit keyboard. Some of you may know that I reviewed the Windows version of this in a 10.1 inch screen last November, and I've been using that ever since. This is my first Android device, never had one. And this one came with some different things in the box. Here's a USB cable that goes from mini to standard, and the charger actually has a European connection and an adapter to change it to USA type receptacles. So that's pretty handy, I guess, if you travel. Especially handy. I know when we went to Ireland, couldn't plug the hairdryer in without an adapter. So that's different from the 10.1. I don't know if I mentioned, this is my first Android device. I've never used one before. Here we have the screen itself. And under here will be the instructions for the keyboard. Backlit. Look pretty nice in the store. So this is what's in the box. Instructions for the keyboard, instructions for the computer, the cables that I showed you, the screen, and the detachable keyboard. I have to tell you, this is a lot different than the 10.1 Windows model. 10.1, this was all metal and the attachment was magnetic. This is plastic and has a locking device to hold it on. So the magnet on the 10.1 was rather heavy. I mean, you could get tired holding it. But this is, I'm going to say probably 10 ounces lighter, easier to use, especially when it's detached. Unlike the Windows version, which has a raised button, power button, and rocker key for volume, and a function key, this one has a level power button on the back, which I just pressed, so we'll see what happens. Nothing yet. Maybe hold it down a bit until see something happens. That Nextbook you see is here we go. Held it in for about 3 or 4 seconds. Came charged, obviously. As I mentioned, this has a securely attached feature rather than the magnetic of the 10-inch. Clicks into place, and then you press that little silver button there to remove the actual screen to make it a 2-in-1. I just read the fine print on the bottom of the screen protector here that says if it's new out of the box, you should charge it for a half an hour to protect system stability. So we're going to take a time out and put it on the charger. The charging hole is the third one from the left here. You can see there's a little light that tells you it's plugged in. It'll turn orange whenever the battery's fully charged. That took about a half hour to come to full charge, and while we were doing that, we read some of the Quickstart guide and also the instruction manual, which is pretty much redundant to the Quickstart guide. What I did learn was on the keyboard there's a Wi-Fi key and a black backlight key that we're going to try. There's also an Internet Explorer key First thing they want us to do is select the keyboard layout. The time and date shown is not correct. It thinks it's March 9th. It's actually July 11th. Touch again to open. Okay. Oh, double touch. That was the problem. Choose set up keyboard layouts. Oh, I don't want Bulgarian. I want English US. Guess that's what they were asking me. Oh, you have to check it over here on the right. Okay, we're done with that, I guess. Well, we selected our keyboard. I'm going to press the Wi-Fi key and see if we can find my Wi-Fi. That's right over here. Well, it didn't find it automatically. Now we're in the startup wizard. Set Wi-Fi. Now there's a list of Wi-Fi. I have two of them. One's an Xfinity hotspot and the other one's my private network. We'll go on to the Xfinity hotspot. It says it's connected, so now we're going to press the Internet Explorer button and see what comes up. Welcome to Chrome. Do I want to send crash reports? Not particularly. There's a chance to set up a Chrome account. I have one of those already because of my YouTube videos. I'll get to that in a minute. It took about 4 tries before it finally connected to my Xfinity from the start page. I'm going to go back and try and set up the necessary Google Chrome accounts. We're now on the Nextbook Startup Wizard page. I'm going to click Next. We're in the USA. Next. Set date and time. You should be able to set your own date and time. While Google will regularly check device activity for security problems. I probably want to do that, so I'm going to accept that. And this is what you'll experience when you get one of these. Well, it says it's now finished. I can sign up to Voodoo, but I don't know what that is. So I should probably sign up for it. Or at least find out what it is. This screen protector is on here for now, but it will disappear shortly. I don't understand the need for screen protectors. I don't use car keys on mine, just my fingers, or a felt stylus. So I don't understand the whole screen protector thing. And as you can see in the reflection, I'm from near Pittsburgh, and this is my 6 Super Bowl champion shirts. Fortunate enough to attend Super Bowl 40, Super Bowl XL. Funny story about that. My buddy and I went to Detroit for the Super Bowl, and he was shopping for a shirt for his wife, a souvenir shirt, and he couldn't find a large. He says to me, he says, "Oh, these are marked XL." Here it was the hologram stickers for the Super Bowl 40. He thought it meant extra large. Couldn't find a shirt for his wife. Pretty comical. Having a little bit of trouble navigating. That loading screen you last saw kept loading and loading, wasn't doing anything, so I'm going to try something different. I'm just been poking here. Let's try Google Chrome, see what happens. We were here before. Go back to this account. Still don't know if my Wi-Fi is connected. Again, I don't know if it's dropping the connection. Got an exclamation point on the little thing up there. I don't know what that means. I get a lot of waits. If there's ever a doubt whether you're hooked up, I always just type in ebay.com because that rarely fails me. and you can see we're not getting anything, so I think it dropped my Wi-Fi connection already. This could be a problem. Well, it finally came up telling me my connection is not private. If I want to do this, that, or the other thing, I should go do something else. Let me read. It seems it's a date and time problem, so we're going to go update the device's date and time. Did some research and found that to get to the settings, you press this button in the middle, and it's this little tool gear cog thingy, and your settings come up. Try and find date and time on here. It says the automatic date and time is set to use the network provided time, but I can't get on my network, so I'm going to manually set it for now and hope that helps. Okay, we've got the date set, time set. Now we'll see if we can connect to the Wi-Fi. This whole connecting to the Wi-Fi is starting to trouble me. You have a button on the keyboard, you press it, nothing happens. My neighbor's Wi-Fi just popped on there. But it says it's connected now, so let's try this Internet Explorer key. See what happens. Now they want me to sign in. Shouldn't have to sign in, but we're going to sign in. That's probably the biggest. Well, I sat here 5 minutes watching this wireless internet on the go page, waiting for something to happen, and got tired and went over and, like I said, I always go to eBay because their servers are so good, and it popped right up. So now we're connected to the internet. That took way too much long. I say way too long for me to figure out. A little bit of frustration there. But now we're connected. Let's go have some. I disconnected the Pogo keyboard, and this is what the on-screen keyboard looks like. That's way different than the Windows model. I never did sign into Google+, but on here you have a calculator, calendar, camera, Chrome, clock, contacts, demo setting, docs, downloads, drive, Google Earth. I love that. Email, file manager, something called Fixter, Gmail, Google settings, Google+, Hangouts, Keep, Maps, Music Maker, Net Nanny. You're going to need that if you give this to your kids. News and weather. Nextbook, frequently asked questions. Well, that's going to come in handy. My last one didn't have that on there. There was no on-screen guide. Nextbook guide. That's new. Nook, Office Suite. Photos, play books, play games, play movies, play music, play newsstand, play store, Pro Pack, settings sheets, slides, and sound recorder. So let's record some sound. This is what a sound recording sounds like on this Nextbook 11-inch Android. I went to the file manager to find the recording. I couldn't figure out what app to use, so I just sorted by date and found the newest one. This was sounds like what a sound recording sounds like on this Nextbook 11-inch Android. That was with the volume the whole way up. It also has that Voodoo Movies, Wal-Mart. I don't know how that got on there. And YouTube. Always my favorite. It wants me to download a new version, so I'll do that. Well, before I can download the latest version of YouTube, I have to sign in to a white shopping bag. I've got to go find a white shopping bag. Now we're at the point that Google wants me to give them a credit card, and we're not going to do that. I don't buy stuff, so I'm going to select Remind Me Later. I like the free stuff. Downloading and installing YouTube took about 30 seconds, so it's pretty quick. Okay, we'll have about 110 videos on YouTube. Fixing drive belt on a Cub Cadet, Memorial Day service I went to in Rockwood, PA, how to make a salad spinner free.
I'm kind of crazy about this rye bread we're going to make today. If you like rye bread even a little bit...
I don't want to watch your rye bread video. It's not my rye bread video. This is my rye bread video.
Quickstart connector bread.
Speaker's pretty loud. Having trouble swiping without... Hey, how to defeat child-proof safety caps on your mouthwash and stuff. You'll find that handy. Who needs that aggravation? Asphalt 8. There's my review of the Nextbook 10.1. If you want to check that out, and then you can decide which one you like better. Some Steeler stuff. I have a season ticket to make it down there pretty often. Some bagpipe music from the Ligonier Highland Games. Come on, swipe away. Oh, show more. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. I'll put anything on YouTube once. The first video I put on YouTube, there's my garden, sweet corn, how to make cucumber pickles, bread and butter pickles, dill pickles. Oh, my most popular video right now is how to fix your string weed trimmer. They make them so they only last about a year anymore, but you can repair it. It's quite easy, actually. If you have a Ford and it doesn't idle, I can fix that for you. Oh, scrolling's pretty easy on this. My first YouTube video, Dr. Sigmund Floyd.
And now, with your mental health minute, here's Dr. Sigmund Floyd. Hello out there, and good mental health to you.
Well, this is everything that came in the box. What it looks like, how it operates. If you're familiar with Android, and I'm not, it's going to be quite easy for you. Had to learn what all the buttons were for. This is what comes for your $197 Nextbook 11-inch Android with Lollipop. I wouldn't know Lollipop from a cucumber, but it's got it. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Yeah, it looks like we're going to enjoy this unit as much as the 10-inch. Yesterday we did the unboxing of this Nextbook Aries 11-inch 2-in-1 from Wal-Mart, and now we're going to do the reboxing and return to the store. And here's why. It's supposed to be a laptop, but whenever you move it, the screen refreshes continually. The attachment does not prevent the keyboard from coming out of contact with electric, and so it refreshes. So it's supposed to be a laptop, you're holding it on your lap, you move your leg, you go like that, and the screen refreshes yet again. And if you look at how long the screen load time is, I find that unacceptable. Some other things we didn't care about it. I did post a written review on Walmart's website. You can see that some of the stuff doesn't come up right away. Wi-Fi is slower than the 10.1 that I bought last November, and I don't like the feel of the edges. The keyboard doesn't have as nice a feel as the 10.1. The backlit feature doesn't really do anything for me. Doesn't help you read the letters any better, it just makes you see blue. So for $197 we didn't find this satisfactory, so Walmart has a 14-day return policy, so if you want to try one, You can do the same thing I did. Take it home, play with it, and then take it back, because that's what we're going to do. Now, the next step is to find the factory refresh methodology so that I can get all my personal information off of here and go back to the original factory settings. But this is where my review is going to stop. Back to the store. One more time, folks. It does it every time. Drives me crazy.